In the vast emptiness of space, sound waves cannot propagate because there is no medium for them to travel through. This is why the saying goes, "In space, no one can hear you scream." However, it is important to note that planets and our sun do produce various forms of electromagnetic radiation and particles that could be considered noise if we were able to perceive them with our ears. If we were hypothetically capable of hearing these celestial bodies, their sounds would be quite different from what we are used to on Earth. For example, the sun is a high-energy celestial object that constantly releases powerful bursts of electromagnetic radiation across a wide range of frequencies. If we could hear these emissions, we might experience a mix of intense crackling, roaring, and pulsating sounds. Similarly, each planet in our solar system has its distinctive characteristics that could manifest as unique sounds. For instance, Jupiter, the largest planet, is known for its massive storms, including the famous Great Red Spot. If we could hear Jupiter, we might hear deep rumbling and thunderous sounds associated with these colossal storms. Capturing these hypothetical planetary sounds, however, poses a significant challenge. Since sound does not travel in space, traditional microphones would be useless. Instead, scientists and researchers rely on specialized instruments, such as radio telescopes and particle detectors, to detect and interpret the electromagnetic waves and particles emitted by these celestial bodies. By studying these complex sounds, scientists can gain valuable insights into the physical properties, processes, and phenomena occurring on these planets. It contributes to our understanding of their atmospheric conditions, internal structures, and even geological activities. However, it is important to note that currently, the sounds of celestial bodies are translated into audible frequencies using computer algorithms and other techniques. These representations are not direct recordings of what we would actually hear if we were present on those planets. In summary, while sound cannot travel in the vacuum of space, the hypothetical sounds of planets and our sun would be unique and intriguing if we were able to hear them. Scientists use specialized instruments and techniques to capture and interpret these complex sounds, providing valuable insights into the nature and behavior of celestial bodies. Objects for you to hear a sound molecules need to carry these vibrations from their source to the very tiny little bones inside your ear there. They are converted to signals and sent to your brain, and voila, you hear my voice. Sound waves always require a medium to travel through, such as air or water. In the vacuum of space, there are too few molecules to carry these vibrations, but that doesn't mean that the planets and our sun aren't making sounds. There's just no way for them to reach us now. If we can't hear the planets, what are these mysterious noises that NASA made public? The sun and the planets in our solar system each have their own soundtrack, but it's not what you might expect. Our planetary neighbors just emit electromagnetic waves at different frequencies. Radio waves are one form of electromagnetic wave, and any astronomical object that has a magnetic field can generate them. These could then be recorded by satellites or space probes. It's these electromagnetic vibrations that NASA has been capturing and translating into sound. It's the same approach as if you translated a color like red into one sound and blue into another, but the sounds captured in the recordings are still not audible to the human ear. Their frequency is just too high, so the versions published by NASA have been slowed down, and now at a lower frequency you can hear the strange eerie tones of our solar system. Let's start with the most energetic object in our solar system, the sun. Huge rivers of solar material are constantly traveling and bouncing around inside of it. Scientists have translated that energy into something that seems like a soothing meditation. So close your eyes and soak up that constant pulsating humming. Mercury has an eerie tone. It's quiet with small amounts of crackling. It's almost like sitting on the top of a mountain with some really strong winds. Of course, the sounds of Venus are deep and metallic, a droning, almost like a siren rattling through an old empty industrial space. Thanks to NASA's Perseverance rover, we have recordings of the sounds from the surface of Mars. On these recordings you can hear the rover driving around and shooting lasers. But what does Mars, the planet, sound like from space? Well, you would hear a strong howling wind, as if you were hiding inside a shelter during a storm. Jupiter is a loud planet. This is because of intense radio storms resulting from interactions between the planet and its moons. This recording from the spacecraft Juno captures what sounds like the bow shock. This is the transition point where solar winds collide with Jupiter's magnetosphere. The sounds suddenly plunge from high pitch to a deep and low boom. This terrifying noise is Saturn. It was measured by the Cassini spacecraft and sounds like a robot howling in agony during a windstorm. There's even a melody that drops in and out. Saturn could make an excellent soundtrack for a sci-fi or horror film. Uranus sounds like some seriously strong wind, almost like what you would hear if you stuck your head out of a jet plane at cruising speed. But don't do that. Nearing as our sonic journey comes to a close, Neptune stands out as a remarkably tranquil planet compared to its neighboring celestial bodies. It provides a sense of tranquility akin to listening to the soothing sound of ocean waves. And although Pluto is no longer classified as a planet, it still presents an alluring opportunity to experience its unique eerie tone. This peculiar tone might evoke a feeling similar to that of church bells, mixed with traditional sci-fi sounds, resulting in an almost spiritual and awe-inspiring experience. However, when it comes to Earth, the experience is quite different. While we are familiar with how Earth sounds from its surface, from space, it exhibits distinct characteristics. Earth's sounds are heavily distorted, resembling radio interference and pulsating waves, which can be compared to the passing of cars on a highway. It may not be the most peaceful or captivating of planet sounds, but it reflects the impact of human activities and our ability to reshape the planet we inhabit. Perhaps in the future, when humanity ventures to Mars and spends centuries on the red planet, we may even shape its soundscape. But that is a story for another time, exploring the possibilities of what the future holds. Until then, farewell. In conclusion, the concept of hearing the sounds of celestial bodies is a fascinating but hypothetical idea. While the saying, "in space, no one can hear you scream," remains true, it doesn't mean that the planets and our sun are devoid of any form of noise or emission. If we were able to hear them, the sounds would be diverse and captivating. Neptune stands out as a tranquil planet, reminiscent of the calming sound of ocean waves. Pluto, although no longer classified as a planet, presents an intriguing opportunity with its unique and eerie tones that may resemble the ethereal ringing of church bells mixed with sci-fi elements. On the other hand, Earth's sound from space is heavily distorted, resembling radio interference and pulsating waves, reflecting our human influence on the planet. While not the most peaceful or captivating sound, it reminds us of our ability to shape and change our environment. It is interesting to contemplate how our explorations and potential colonization of other planets, like Mars, could potentially alter their soundscape over time. Humans have a knack for leaving their mark and transforming the places they inhabit, and Mars may someday have a new sound of its own. In the realm of space, sound may be absent, but our curiosity about the potential sounds of celestial bodies fuels our imagination. It reminds us that there is still much to learn and discover about the wonders of the universe, and with further advancements in technology and future space exploration, who knows what incredible sounds we may uncover in the vastness of space. As we ponder these possibilities, let us continue to marvel at the mysteries of the cosmos and the infinite possibilities that lie beyond our imagination.